Hi everybody. Of course, I'm in the car where I do most of my lives. Jameson's in soccer practice. I'm sitting here working on my host coaching, and I thought, you know what? I need to share on the page what I do, because I've been using the system for years. Sorry, I'm like fixing my shoe. I've been using this system for years to organize myself when it comes to keeping track of all of these parties and all of these different hosts that I work with, and making sure that everybody is staying, I'm staying in contact with people when I'm supposed to make sure, leading up to their party and even a little bit after their party to get their party closed. So here's what I have, okay? I did not come up with this system. This is something that I learned from another leader a long time ago, and but I have been using it for years. So it's called the binder system. That's not really what it's called. It's a real organizational method called the Tinkler or Tickler. I think it's called the Tinkler system. You can look it up. But what you're gonna do is buy a binder. This one's huge. I don't know that you need one this big. And let me flip the camera around. Okay. See this? This is Jones Road Sports Facility, where I spend most of my life. Anyhow, okay, so my binder. What I've got in here is, I just have a little pouch to keep pens in. All right, what you're going to need to do this is you're going to need to buy these tabs on Amazon. Or you could probably get them at Staples or Office Max, whatever. But you'll need tabs that indicate the months of the year, okay? And you'll also need tabs that are numbered 1 through 31 for the days of the month, all right? So once you have these tabs, what I've got, and this is something that you'll want to create on your own, whatever it is that you do for host coaching, you're going to print it on paper, okay? So for example, what I do is I send a digital invite and I send a host packet in the mail. I check in with them multiple times. I'll show you this a little more closely in a second. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Okay, so when I get a new host, let's just go with this one. When I get a new host, I write down all of their information at the top. And then what I do is I go into my calendar and I start with their party day. And I count backwards 2 days before their party, 1 week before their party, 2 weeks before their party, and 3 weeks before their party. And I write down the dates that all of those things fall on, okay? All right, so under each category, for example, 3 weeks before the party, I like to send out a digital invite and also mail a host packet to them. Then 1 week later, 2 weeks before the party, I check to make sure their invites are sent. Some of these things aren't checked off, but I did do them. I check to make sure they sent their invites. I talk to them about a little challenge. If they invite 10 guests, or if they have 10 guests present, I might give them a little bonus. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Regardless, whatever it is that you want to do 2 weeks before the party, whatever it is that you want to do 1 week before the party, I always make sure that the week before the party, they have their shopping link in case people can't come. And then 2 days before the party, and then the day of the party, okay? But the important thing is making sure that you have down in each of these categories what you want to accomplish on those days and what the dates are. All right. Then you're going to go to your binder system. And let's say I needed to do something on January 3rd. This paper is going to be inserted in my binder under the 3rd. All right. The 3rd is already passed, so there's nothing in there right now. So let's say it is the, let's say it's the 3rd. I open up my binder under 3 for the day, and I'm going to have this in here. And I go down through and I do each of those things. And then when I'm done, I move it to the 11th, because that's the next time I'm going to need to touch base with them. So I'll just move the paper over to the 11th and put it back in. And when it's the 11th, I open it up and I see what I have to do for that day. When that's done, I'm going to move it to the 16th. And then when that's done, I'm going to move it to the 18th. You kind of get the idea. My binder looks a little empty right now because we're at the end of the month, but let's just do an example. I don't even know what the date is today. Is it the 26th or the 27th? I don't even know what the date is. Let's see. I don't have anything on these days, but on the 29th, I have to check in with this hostess, okay? And send her a reminder text and ask her if she has any questions about the host rewards. And then when January is over, I will put my February tab at the beginning and I'll file all of my February tasks into the dates that they need to be accomplished. Now, if that seems confusing to you, I get it, because the first time I saw this, I was like, wait, what? And then I actually got my binder and I organized it by month and days of the month. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think this just changed my life. So instead of feeling like I have all of these different hostesses, especially because, most months I try to do 8, 9, 10 parties. Instead of feeling like I have all these different hostesses and I have all these things I need to keep track of, all I need to do each day is go to whatever specific day it is of the month, open up my binder, and if I have something there that needs to be done, I get it done and I move it to its next date. Some days I open up my binder to that day and I don't have anything. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any host coaching that I need to do today. You can use this binder system for your host coaching. You can also use it when you have new consultants who join your team and you want to kind of help them keep track of when their different rewards deadlines are and their different goals in the beginning. You can use this binder system for that. You can use this binder system for your personal life. But I love having this for my business. It has helped me so much. If there's a day that I don't get to my binder, I don't sweat it, because each of the different tasks has a little bit of leeway. Like, they're a week apart. So if I'm off by a day or even 2 days, it doesn't stress me out too much. If I don't get to my binder, then the next day when I do get to my binder, I just combine, whatever was supposed to be done yesterday with what is supposed to be done today, and then shift it all along. It actually ends up moving and working so smoothly, and I feel like I don't miss a beat when host coaching. I will say that during COVID, when everything switched to online and everything was just up and, everything was crazy, I stopped doing my binder system. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I did. I stopped doing my binder system, and I just got back into it recently, like within the last 3 months or so. And as soon, I was just feeling like really unorganized, and I was feeling like no matter what I did, I couldn't keep up, and I was constantly dropping the ball and I kept forgetting things. And I was like, how can I come up with a system for organizing my host coaching? And then I was like, duh, I have one. I just haven't used it in a couple of years. I need to bring that binder back out. So I did. My binder was full of parties from 2020 that ended up not happening. So I cleared them all out and I got back into my binder system, and I feel finally like I'm like back. So maybe this is helpful to you. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, hell no, that looks super confusing. If you have specific questions about this system, let me know and I can answer them for you. Give it a try though. You just need a binder, you need monthly tabs, and you need numbered tabs, 1 through 31. And if you want me to post my host coaching document, I'm happy to, but please don't feel like you have to do the exact same tasks that I do. Quite honestly, I don't even do all of these things every time. The main things I want to make sure I'm doing is sending an invite before it's awkwardly too late, which I've done before. I've been like, oh my gosh, I have a party next week and I haven't even sent her an invite. I haven't even touched base with her. I hope she still wants to do it. Those are yucky feelings, and you don't want to feel like that. So I always make sure that at least 3 weeks before the party, she's got an invite and a host coaching packet, a hostess packet being sent to her in the mail. 2 weeks prior, just check in. I like to check in, be like, hey, did you have a chance to send your invites out? If she says no, like you still have plenty of time. Let's get those out this week. Making sure that she gets her shopping link, whatever those key things that you like to do, organize them into a document, print it off, punch holes in it, keep a whole stack of them. And yeah. Oh, the other thing I should say, which has been helpful, I'll flip my camera around again, is that I also have tabs in the back. One that says completed. This is just where I put parties that are finished, closed, everything's all done. I have a tab that says to reschedule. And this is people who had a party booked and it didn't happen, and it just like, they didn't cancel, but they're like, oh my gosh, I have to reschedule, but then you're having a hard time nailing down a date. I put these in the to reschedule tab. And then if I do have someone that cancels altogether and completely ghosts me, I put it there, which I don't have anybody there right now, thankfully. But when I am like, oh my goodness, my calendar is a little bit on the weak side right now, I would love to book another party or two, this is the first place I go. This tab right here. I've got a whole bunch of people here. Well, there's not a whole bunch here because I just started this up again a couple months ago. But this is a great place to start when you need to book parties, because these people already had a party booked with you. It just didn't happen. So at one time they were interested. So all you need to do is reach back out to them and say, you know, hey, we had a party scheduled. It never worked out. It never happened. I'd love to get that back on the calendar. And you can often turn those reschedules into party bookings, new party bookings once and for all. So that's my binder system. Works well for me. Ask questions if you've got them, and sign up for staycation if you haven't yet. Don't miss out on that. Please, we are up to, gosh, I don't even remember. We've got quite a few people participating, but we have room for many more. So if you haven't paid your $10 or $20 yet to get into the staycation mega party, it's going to be a really fun one. This sleepover theme is going to be a blast. I can't wait to do my demo. I'm going to look a little silly, but it's going to be fun. All right. So we'll talk soon. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.